Welcome back, everybody, to our final segment on Cityline today. And I am so happy to be standing next to Claire Yuckert and Natalie, our sous chef over there, the owner of Homesteady Goods and Services. Now, Claire, for people who don't know you or Homesteady, tell us a little bit about the business and what you do.
Yeah, so this business was created out of a love of gardening and a love of permaculture. So just going off of what Stuart said, really trying to focus on reinvigorating the land. We lived on a city plot in Tacoma, and we decided that we wanted to create a victory garden. Things were getting kind of weird in 2016, and we just felt like we wanted to create food security, not only for our family, but for our community. And so we just started growing stuff in our yard, and now it's become like a plethora. I brought a little medley of things that I picked this morning out of my garden. So we have zucchini, we have corn, we have beans. I do like a nasturtium vinegar. So I thought today was kind of fun to come in and talk a little bit about how you can grow a lot of this stuff in your own garden. And then with the plethora of stuff that you pull out, the cool things that you can make with it. And out of all those things, I think my daughter Natalie and her sister Vivian love the chocolate chip zucchini cake. It's my mom's classic recipe. I've been eating this since I was a little kid. I've attempted on multiple occasions to make it healthy for everybody, but everyone prefers the like oil, butter, saturated fat,
the good
lots
thing.
Of sugar, yeah. So today we're gonna be making my mom's chocolate chip zucchini cake recipe, and I got permission to be on the air giving you the recipe today.
All right, well that's fantastic.
Yeah, so
I have to go back for 1 second though. That's all from your garden.
That was just from this morning. So we grow champagne and Pinot Noir grapes. We have kale, we have, I mean, everything. I didn't pick any of the tomatoes this morning, but yeah, we have a lot of stuff. And so really we focus on high yield, low maintenance. I don't wanna be out in the garden. We work a lot. I do chefing all the time. We're a very busy family. We've got kids in school. I do massage therapy, personal training. We're just busy. My husband travels to do event management all the time. And so we just love to go out there and just pick and eat. And she even this morning was eating grapes like off of the just, you know, off of the vine. It was pretty magical, yeah.
Okay, so chef, tell me what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, so I don't know if they want to throw up the recipe there on the screen for you guys. You can take a picture of it. We've got a half a cup of butter, half a cup of oil. So you blend that together. You're going to melt the butter, and then you add in a whole entire 1 3/4 cup sugar. So that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, so not exactly like, you're not going to lose weight from eating this recipe, but you're going to feel better about yourself. And I feel like, you know, I always have way too much zucchini in the garden. You know, you ding dong ditch and you leave it on somebody's front doorstep and you just run away.
I remember growing up those bags of zucchini that would just appear magically.
Yeah, yeah.
Your mom would bring them in and you're like, where'd that come from?
I know, and you know,
zucchini.
as a child, I feel like we had to eat just straight up zucchini. So this is our way of getting our kids to also eat their veggies, you know. So adding in 2 eggs to that. And then we're gonna also add in a little bit of vanilla. This is a whole tablespoon of vanilla that you add. So I just kind of eyeball things. I'm not very good at using measuring spoons and
That's
cups
sometimes
and
the
stuff.
best way to cook, though.
Why don't you go ahead and mix that up for me? And then we've got, for our dry ingredients, we're gonna do 2½ cups of flour. We're gonna add in like a ½ a teaspoon of baking powder and a teaspoon of baking soda. How are we doing there? Pretty good?
You're good.
All right. I've got Natalie as my eyeballer. She's making sure I'm doing everything correctly here today. Well, it's pretty cute because I did a figgy pudding recipe on her birthday, and they were like, well, did you bring her with you when I was here for Christmas time? So she really wanted to come today and check this all out in person.
I'm glad we got a sous chef.
I know, she's my Martha Stewart in training, baby. And then to that, what ingredients we're gonna add? A ½ a cup of buttermilk. So, you know, my dad loves to drink buttermilk, and I don't know if buttermilk is something people even drink anymore, but
we can cook with it, but drinking it might be a question.
You know, for cooking, it's perfect. And then also to the dry ingredients, I add 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder. So quite a bit of cocoa powder, but that's how you're gonna get that nice chocolate fix out of there. So that'll be good. 1 more. And there we go.
I'm going to get this question at home. Is you're cooking on the TV, but not at home? What's up with
I
that?
know. Well, you know, and I cook all the time. I am like obsessed with cooking. So my children don't ever see me outside of the kitchen. It's okay.
Okay, I got that buttermilk in there.
It's true. Is that what you said? Yeah. All right, and to that, we're going to add those dry ingredients. So go ahead and start giving a stir to that. Such an easy recipe. I like to add a lot of zucchini, so it calls for 2 cups. You could go up to 3 cups if you want. The key is, like I showed you earlier, you really do want to squeeze out some of that excess water because it can become kind of overly wet.
Probably depends a lot on how many people have ditched at your house too with the zucchini.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. And for us, we never have, you know, we never have an issue with zucchini amounts in our house. How's that coming along? Pretty good?
It's mix it in there.
Oh yeah, baby. And so then to that.
My workout this morning.
Yeah, so the key is, oh yeah, see. Clearly you're not a professional. You got to kind of fold over. All right, there we go. So now to that, we're going to add the 2 cups of zucchini. Okay. Boom. And if you want, we can switch to a spoon so it doesn't get stuck in your whisk. Yeah, perfect.
All right. We'll fold that in there.
Uh-huh. And then I like to do dark chocolate chips. I thought my children prefer dark chocolate chips. I was told in the car over here, Natalie prefers semi-sweet, but today we're going with dark chocolate. And so you add in some dark chocolate, and then I like to reserve a little bit off to the side because we're going to sprinkle those over the top just to make it look nice and pretty. And then you could do this in a 9x13 pan if you want to and do it like a cake. You could add frosting to it. I don't think you need to. It's so sweet and delicious all on its own. I do this for our business as either mini muffins or we do it as like whole, cupcakes. So I go with like a very large scoop per spink, and you just throw them on in there if you want to get those going.
Okay, oh gosh.
Yeah, I'll kind of clean up around here. But yeah, we love the chocolate chip zucchini cake recipe. It's absolutely a classic in my household, and I could eat this for breakfast, so.
It's got all the great veggies and everything in there, and all the great sugars too that go
I
along
know,
for a great balanced
yeah.
breakfast. My
It's a healthy breakfast for sure. And then classic, I make a mess everywhere I go. And
Hey, you didn't make cocoa with dust go everywhere like
I know,
did,
yeah, it's pretty good. And then over the top of that, I'll take those chocolate chips and do a little sprinkle to each one, kind of, so it just looks like, a little kiss of these. So you can sprinkle those on there. And then this goes into the oven at 325, so you're going to bake it for, I would say the muffins for 12 of them is usually what you're going to get from this recipe. I'd say probably about 35 to 45 minutes, but your classic way of doing it is, sticking a toothpick in there and seeing if it comes out pretty clean.
That trick I know.
I know, yeah, it's pretty good, but it depends, how hefty you make your product.
So we'll put this in the oven.
Oh, the oven, yeah, I know,
Put that in the oven there. Put that in the oven there.
I love this. This is
And
my
this
favorite
super
part of the
fast
show.
oven. It's a super fast
I
oven.
wish that this worked this way when I was baking. So so these guys, they're fabulous. Like I said, you could do like a drizzle. Sometimes we'll do kind of like a Hostess cupcake swirl to the top with some frosting, but you don't have to. I think that they're pretty delicious all on their own. I don't know if you want to give one a try. I know Natalie wants to.
Okay, I'll do this. I'm going to say it's probably going to be, I can already tell.
Yeah, it's very moist. It's
it
delicious.
is.
And it's a summer favorite. I feel like everybody that comes over to our house, I love making it for them. Isn't it fabulous? So the only thing that I would do differently when I'm making it for myself, I usually do oat flour instead of like wheat just because I have gluten issues. And then maybe maple syrup you could add instead of the sugar. You just have to kind of reduce the amount that you add just because of the liquid content. And then I'll use olive oil instead of vegetable oil, which will make it so that it's not as high in saturated fat. But I still include the butter in there because I'm not the devil. So
there's healthy ways.
Yeah, I gotta get my butter fixed at least somewhere in my life.
That is really good.
Isn't it fabulous?
That is
Yeah,
really
I know, and I brought enough for everybody in the crew today. So yeah, I know what I'm supposed to be
appreciate you.
doing
We
here.
appreciate you.
Yeah, it's not my first rodeo here on the show.
Now, how can we find out more about what you do?
Yeah, you can go on to homesteadygoodsandservices.com and you can learn all about us. We have all sorts of cool things that we do, not only just catering, but we do like llama treks for the Topstall Farms. It's out in Roy. We have all sorts of partners that we work with. We did the Bainbridge Rotary Auction for 1,000 people a day cooking for them, which was really fun, but it was exhausting. So yeah, we're out there. We're part of the community and we love helping people. And then we're working on our permaculture, design ideas. So hopefully by next year, we'll be able to start really working with the community and getting people that love gardening together so that we can teach other people how to do this, because we want the pollinators. We want the birds out there. We want the super spreader seeds. We want to make sure that we're creating an environment for our kids and our grandchildren that's going to be a beautiful place to hang out. And the whole idea with permaculture is abundance, right? We're creating a lifestyle where we're not scared anymore of scarcity. We're living in a space where we know that we have enough food for everybody, which is, it's my love language, baby.
It's perfect. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Natalie, for being here. Thank you all for being with us here today on Cityline. Once again, my name is Chris Service. It was a joy being with you this week, and we will see you back next week for another episode of Cityline. Enjoy, everybody.
Bye.